Is that what you got the picture? Steven's
You know, back up, way back up. Pictures.
Where'd you get all this?
Where'd you get the pictures?
We've been scrounging. That's how we found out you didn't wear
Where
socks.
did they ever get these pictures?
We found that that was in the
Oh my God. That's not fair. Anybody mind it?
I just put an X, I can't write.
Because I can see you.
Yeah, I really
I'm here.
Are you going vacation?
Did you really? Then we got another.
So it is possible. It's amazing. Oh, I mean, they do. It's amazing. No, really went in. We're happy.
We weren't sure we were going to make it this morning.
Wonder about the ice. They do. And man, almost no one.
Where'd John go?
Young John? He's right over here.
Trying to give you this one. Just check the tape. Check the tape.
I'll get the message.
You know, I never thought any of us would still be here.
We did.
Well, you did.
That's all right.
I've been very long week.
statistics in here were good. We're going to find out. First place, and some of you don't know all of our families. And let's start out with, they're all scattered about here. Bill and Julie. Bill, Julie, and Susan. Susan, do you stand? And Rick and Lynette Fraley. And their children, their sons, Steve and Eric. Max and Jeanette and their children, Tanya, Tiffany, Chance, and Charmaine. And me, I'm Mike. My wife, Diane. There she is, there's Diane. Our son, John. How are you, John? John's not here at the minute, but he will return shortly. I think he's tuning up. He's getting his voice ready for his solo. And our daughter, Jessie. And that takes care of the introductions of the Larson family, I guess, at this time. Our program's going to be short and kind of informal. There he is. Our son, John. Sorry about that. The program's going to be kind of short and informal, and you know, I thought this might be an easy job to begin with, and to say a few things about Mom and Dad here today, but there's a lot of history, and I'm afraid that you're probably going to catch us at a few lies this afternoon. So if we say anything that's not true, if we've made up some stories, we would appreciate it if you would just pipe up and tell us the way it really was. So if you have something to say this afternoon, by all means, feel free to pipe in. You know, we're kind of glad as kids, we're kind of glad that Mom and Dad got together 50 years ago. Obviously, we wouldn't have been around if they didn't, so we were real glad they did that. And I guess it kind of all started back in I'm going to start anyway, in 1937, down the Big Blue River, where Dad started farming. And it's my understanding that he started farming on his own down there anyway. He'd been farming for many years before that. And it's my understanding that Hannah, his sister, was living with him at that time. And that Mom and her sister Bernice came over to visit one day, visit Hannah, that is. And Dad was there, and I understand they played cards, and I think Harry might have been there as well. And they were playing cards, and I don't think Dad had ever seen Mom before, at least he tells me he didn't know who she was. And my dad, all of his kids have kind of gotten this from him. He's one of these real cool guys, you know, and he's real smooth with the ladies. And he handed her this note. And I don't know if you can read it. It's a little small. But what it is, it's a note that says, it's backwards, written backwards. It says, "Can I take you home?" Well, thank goodness she said yes. I think, Bernice, did you drive home by yourself that day then? And so that's the way they met. I guess that'd be about 52 years ago. So with that, we have a song to go along with that. So, all of our singers. Don? That's it. Guys, thank you.
There once was a farmer. But then he found out he was just out of money, and so he got left in the lurch, standing and waiting in front of the end of this story, which just goes to show all a girl wants from a man is his sweet violets, sweeter than the roses, covered all over from head to toe, covered all over with sweet violets.
I told you it was going to be informal. Honest, we did practice. Okay. Mom and Dad, I guess, dated for about 2 years, so they told me anyway. And during that 2 years, Mom taught. And she taught, well, first of all, she went to Denver, I think it was. I think she graduated from high school and went out to Denver for a summer. So they were separated for a short spell then. Then she came back in the fall, and at the tender age of 16, taught high school. Taught rural school. Thank you. See, I told you I needed help. Taught school north of Portville and taught there for a year. During that time, Mom and Dad dated. And I asked them, what'd you do on a date? And they said they roller skated and went to movies. Movies were what? You said 15 cents to a quarter. Yeah. And probably a nickel for a sack of popcorn. So. Then, after I think the fall, just before they got married, things weren't. There wasn't a lot of corn around here, and Dad was looking for work, so he went up to Minnesota, where he picked corn for a couple of weeks or months anyway. I think what he said. Dad was a pretty good corn picker. He said he picked 90 bushels a day. I never picked corn by hand, but probably that was pretty good. So, well, I take it back. I did pick a little bit, but I think I maybe was able to do a bushel a day. And so, and I guess Mom and her folks went out there for a short time and visited them in Minnesota. And they came back, and on December the 26th, 1939, they went to York. What day of the week was that? What day of the week it was? We don't know either. But figured out, December 26, 1939, they went to York and got married by the judge. And Bernice was there, Mom's sister. Morris, Dad's brother, and Mom's parents were there as witnesses to the wedding. For their honeymoon, I think they took off the next day in a 1929 Chevy coupe with Bernice in tow. Pardon? Chaperoned by Bernice, that's right. And I assume in one day drove all the way to Denver. Dad tells me, Mom says it's not true, but Dad says they left with $93 and came back with 10. And when they got back, they were given a chivalry, at which they gave the people who came to chivalry them the last $10. However, those people took that $10, my dad said, and gave them a very nice oyster feed in return. So it was money well spent. It was a difficult time, the time of the Depression, and Mom then, the following year, got a job teaching and made $50 a month, which was a lot of money back then. And so, with that, we have another song to deal with not having a lot of money.
I can't give you anything but love, baby. That's the only thing I've plenty of, baby. Dream a while, scheme a while, we're sure to find happiness, and I guess kind of give the part here.
I mentioned that Mom taught school. She taught school before they were married, and she also taught school after. I think they were married in December, and then the following fall, she taught in District 6. And it's a little school which is about half a mile away from where they were living. And she tells me, at that time, at a young age of, I suppose, about 18 then, that she didn't have students that were older than she was, but she had a lot of students that were bigger than she was. She had some 8th grade boys that, I guess, but I'm sure she kept them in line. I don't have any doubt about that. We also, just as a sidelight, two of the children went into teaching professions as well. Julie still teaches in Arizona, and I taught 5 years, so she certainly had some influence on us. And I think the children have a song about school. Very nice. Well, the next thing we want to talk about are some of Dad's favorite things. And of course, Dad always liked baseball and softball. And he spent a lot of time with me in baseball. And Jill and I at least can remember when we were growing up, going to softball games where Dad was playing and Mom and us were watching. Well, actually, that's not true. Dad was playing, Mom was watching, and Jill and I were, who knows what, probably running around somewhere. Like most young kids do at ball games. Of course, Dad has always liked tractors that have engines that don't have 2 cylinders. He never figured out those engines that had more than 2. And so he's always been a favorite. He told me his first tractor was a John Deere V, although he farmed for several years using horses. And I can even remember old Nellie that we had there for a few years before we finally sold her an Alda tractor. And, I'll look at my notes here and see some other things that Dad liked. He liked fishing a lot. Dad always used to go fishing, and he's enjoyed that even to this day. And what are some of the other things that Dad's enjoying? Help me remember here some of the things that Dad is fishing. Fishing. And playing ball. And, oh yes. So we can't forget the most favorite thing of all, are of course, besides farming, were the livestock. And he liked his hogs. Dad always raised hogs, and he always had a few chickens around. And his most favorite thing of all were his cattle, and they had to be Herefords. And with that, I have another song.
He had more twin calves than any other farmer in the area. Twin calves and twin girls. 25 cows, wasn't it? When I first met Lynette, he had 25 cows, and the first year that I knew him, he had 3 sets of twins. He made a deal with the twins when they were little that he would give them the twin calves. I'll tell you what, I think the ones with all the money will Lynette.
We're ready.
And the old cowpoke went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon a ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a mighty herd of Hereford cows he saw, a-plowing through the ragged skies, and up a cloudy draw. Yippee-yi-yay, yippee-yi-oh, a John Deere in the sky. Okay.
Another thing that we were very fortunate with our parents is the fact that they always saw to it that we got to Sunday school on Sunday morning, and we attended very regularly, and I think this stays with us even to this day, the background that we had from our parents as far as going to Sunday school in the church, and this was very strong. Mom, of course, taught Sunday school for a number of years, and I don't know exactly how many, but I know when I was in Sunday school she was always there too, only she was teaching and I was on the learning end somewhere. With that, I think our children have another song.
Mom and Dad's life has been very busy. 50 years of raising corn, alfalfa, wheat, cattle, hogs, sheep, chickens. 50 years of fighting the weather, different conditions that can present to them. Fighting sickness and diseases or insects. Fighting the possums, getting out of the chicken pen or the foxes. Fighting low prices in the livestock or the crops, and other challenges that they had living on a small farm in Polk County. Dad lived on this same section of land about 57 years. And last year, he had ended planting 60 years of corn straight in a row. 33 of those years, Mom and Dad reared us 4 children. I was born in 1943, Mike in 1945. Now you kids know our ages. And the twins, of course, in 1954. And 25 of those years was spent running us children everywhere to all kinds of lessons, swimming lessons, piano, accordion, band, for Mike, ball games and practices. My parents also ran me to the asthma clinic in Omaha every other day for several summers, and I got relief from that. Of course, I went to Dr. Anderson a lot, if you remember him in Strasbourg. They ran Mike to football games, as I mentioned, and baseball practices and FFA activities, and to the hog markets. He did real well with his hogs, and that put him through college. They took Lynette and Jeanette several places. They were active in school events. They were cheerleaders. They were in the band, of course, pep club, in many musical events, programs. And they took music lessons. They played volleyball and softball and some more things. They were very active. And then they spent 15 years worrying about his kids driving the 1954 Ford. And of course, every Sunday, as Mike said, they didn't fail to take us to church if the weather permitted. And it helped us a lot in our later lives. But while they were busy, they were very busy at this time, and we want you to hear a song that I think that they're taking advantage of now.
Years and years, you're always on the go. You never take a minute off, too busy making dough. Someday you'll say you'll have your fun when you're a millionaire. And then you'll have your own breath. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. You're gonna take that ocean trip no matter what come what may. You've got your reservations, but you too. Next year for sure you'll see the world, you'll really get around. But how far can you travel when you're 6 feet under? Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think.
Okay. Chances now, bringing that over a coffee cup which has a golf ball on it. As you know, Mom and Dad have really gotten involved in golf lately. It's a good sport. A lot of the family members have gone along with that. Also, they have a Pan Am ticket, which says on here, to Mom and Dad, to wherever you want to go. So hopefully they'll take advantage of that. And then, since we talked about time and enjoying time, we got them a clock here so they can hopefully not stay home too much to watch that time, but it's for you all.
Well, Mike is a pilot on that.
thank you, Mom and Dad, for working so hard during those years, because they did send all four of us to college. And but we know you were very busy and had to work very hard for that, and we appreciate it. All four of us attended Nebraska Wesleyan University, and we went on to other colleges and helped us to be successful in our current occupations. I am the teacher at a community college in Arizona, and as Mike mentioned, he was a math teacher, and now he's a pilot, currently for Pan Am. And Lynette is a correspondence specialist as well as a homemaker, and Jeanette is a partner in the McLean Farms operation, with the cattle feeding operation. And all of us are homemakers, parents, and get involved in our community. So we thank our parents for their fine example. 21 years they have spent caring for 9 grandchildren. They have 5 girls, their granddaughters, and 4 grandsons. During these 50 years, Mom and Dad have helped build meaningful relationships, as is demonstrated here by your attendance. Meaningful relationships with our relatives. We visited our grandparents. They took us to visit our aunts and uncles and cousins on a regular basis. And of course, we had good get-togethers with our neighbors and friends in the community. And we appreciate them for that. Mom and Dad also encouraged recreational activities. A lot of them were things that creative type. We didn't have TV for many years. We played ball, we fished, we skated, we went sledding, went swinging on the vines in our property. Of course, now they're still active. They do some crop farming, and they bowl, attend lodge and church activities, and play pitch and do golfing. Our parents have clearly demonstrated to us and been a good example for us with many admirable attributes. We admire them for their honesty in all their dealings and for buying things on a cash basis as much as possible, for their hard work, for their encouragement to us to get an education and to continue. And for they're setting goals for us, and they're setting goals, and they're being persistent and keeping active. And the closing song, which I think sums it up, staying young at heart.
first of all, we'd like again to thank everybody for coming. And we hope you stay here and have an enjoyable time just as long as you want to stay and visit. And help us clean up if you like. But, yes.
It's Esther's birthday. It'd be nice if we all sing happy birthday.
Oh, yes. Oh, my word. Okay, can you play it? I think you probably can. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Esther. Happy birthday to you. And we thought probably the best way to finish up, and then everybody just comes to visit and have a nice afternoon was to say that I don't think that any two parents have probably any higher respect from their kids than our mom and dad, and we love you very, very much. I'm sorry, I guess I should have realized. Mom and Dad would like to say something. Thank you.
Since we don't see no beers and put a note in both progress, all you people from both, we want to thank you for coming and thank you for cards and gifts or whatever. We appreciate it very much if you came. And it would be a thank you in the headline for you. But we thank you anyhow.
Thank our kids.
And thank you.
If I don't do this, I won't get to sleep with my wife tonight. I mean, I'll be on the couch for sure.
Oh, do you want to take this home with you or just eat it right now?
No, I had some bread last night, but I think I can.
Well, my understanding is your husband may kick her out of bed if she keeps eating bread.
You didn't watch the Kennedy Center show last night, did you?
No.
Oh, that was good.
We watched that.
She doesn't jump me around.
You watched the circus.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, they had a circus too?
That'd be. What is it called?
Barnum and Bailey. They had two good shows at the same time.
We just got in on the end of that.
The Russians sang with the Americans that were the ones that were singing, God bless America.
Oh, yeah.
The Russians.
At the very end.
Well, they were.
Hi guys. Did you get full, Kenny?
Yep.
There's ice cream in a little bit, so don't leave yet, guys. We got something planned here.
I'd like to be able to look thin.
Yeah.
Are you full? Did you get enough to eat?